The Galactic Council had sent their best xenobiologists to study the human outpost on Theta 7. They'd sent warriors, diplomats, and scientists across a dozen species, but none of them had expected to find Lieutenant Sarah Chen sitting cross-legged in the observation dome with 2 Vraxian cubs nestled inside her oversized hoodie. A soft scratch touched her shoulder. She glanced down and smiled. The cubs had crawled into her hoodie asking for a cozy nap, their small clawed hands gripping the fabric as they burrowed deeper into the warmth. "Chen," Commander Vraxith's voice crackled through her comm, sharp with alarm. "Step away from the younglings immediately. They are predators in training." Sarah didn't move. Instead, she gently stroked one cub's ridged head, feeling the purr-like vibration through her chest. "With respect, Commander, they're babies who got separated from their pod during the supply transport. They're scared." The observation dome doors hissed open. Commander Vraxith stormed in, his forearms tensed, battle-scarred chitin gleaming under the station lights. Behind him, 3 Vraxian soldiers stood ready, plasma rifles raised. The adult Vraxians stood nearly 8 feet tall. Apex predators from a death world where only the strongest survived. "Those cubs are Vraxian," Vraxith hissed, his translator struggling with the guttural undertones of his native language. "In 6 months, they will hunt creatures twice your size. In a year, they could tear through hull plating. You are holding our future warriors, human. They should not be." Cuddling. Sarah looked up calmly, one hand still protectively covering the lump in her hoodie where the cubs slept. "They're children, Commander. Doesn't matter what species. Right now, they need comfort, not a barracks." The smaller cub shifted, making a small mewling sound. Sarah hummed softly. A lullaby her grandmother used to sing. The sound seemed to resonate through the dome. Vraxith's mandibles clicked in confusion. "What are you doing?" "Singing. Helps them sleep. That is, irrational. They are not your offspring. They share no genetic material with you. There is no evolutionary advantage to—" "Not everything needs an evolutionary advantage, Commander." Sarah's voice remained gentle, but firm. "Sometimes kindness is enough." One of the Vraxian soldiers lowered his rifle slightly. "Commander, the human female displays pack bonding behavior. Our intelligence reports mention this. They form emotional attachments to anything. We've seen the reports," another soldier added, his tone almost reverent. "They domesticated wolves." "Wolves, Commander. On their world, they took apex predators and made them family. They keep Vraxian-equivalent predators in their homes and call them pets. They cry over fictional characters. They adopt enemy combatants' offspring after wars. The humans are different." Vraxith's eyes narrowed. "Different is dangerous." "Or," Sarah said quietly, "different is exactly what the galaxy needs." The cubs stirred. One peeked out from the hoodie's neck, blinking large golden eyes at the commander. It made a soft chirping sound, then burrowed back against Sarah's warmth. Vraxith's rigid posture softened, almost imperceptibly. "The cubs, they trust you." "Trust isn't about size or strength, Commander. It's about safety. Right now, I'm the safest thing they know. But you are weak, your species is soft. No natural weapons, no armor, no venom. You should be prey." Sarah smiled. That peculiar human expression that confused so many species. "We're soft on the outside, Commander. But that doesn't make us weak. It makes us adaptable. We learn to survive not by being the strongest, but by being the smartest. By cooperating, by caring." She carefully stood, cradling the hoodie lump against her chest. The cubs barely stirred. "We didn't climb to the top of our food chain by being the biggest predators. We did it by turning predators into friends. By seeing potential allies everywhere, even in 2 scared cubs who just want their mother." Vraxith was silent for a long moment. Finally, he made a gesture his soldiers recognized. "Stand down." "The cub's mother died in the transport accident," he said quietly. The pod leader was prepared to cull them. Vraxian tradition. Cubs without parents rarely survive training. Not on my watch, Sarah said flatly. Sir, permission to formally request foster custody until we can find a suitable pod family? You would? Raise Vraxian young, knowing what they become? I'd raise them to become whatever they choose to be. That's what we do, Commander. We don't just pack bond with cute things. We pack bond with potential, with hope. One of the soldiers stepped forward, his weapons holstered. Commander, if I may. Perhaps this is why the Council fears humans. Not because of their weapons or their ships, but because they make allies out of everyone. Even us. Vraxith looked at his soldier, then back at Sarah and her sleeping cargo. The cubs were snoring now, small puffs of warm breath visible in the cool dome air. The Galactic Council sent us to assess human threat levels, Vraxith said slowly. I think I finally understand what they meant. You are not dangerous because you are warriors. You are dangerous because you make us want to be better. To be softer. Is that such a bad thing? Sarah asked. The commander's mandibles clicked in what might have been a laugh. For a warrior culture, it is terrifying. He paused. It is also refreshing. Foster custody granted, Lieutenant Chen, but when they grow teeth that can pierce armor, I'll make sure they know how to use them responsibly, just like we did with dogs. As Vraxith and his soldiers left, Sarah returned to her seat by the observation window. The twin moons of Theta 7 were rising, bathing the dome in silver light. The cubs shifted in her hoodie, warm and safe and trusting. Humanity. Yeah, she whispered, smiling down at her new charges. We'll teach you there's strength in softness, little ones. Just wait. Outside, among the stars, the galaxy slowly learned what Earth had always known. The deadliest weapon wasn't claws or fangs or firepower. It was a human who decided you were worth caring about.